Hey everybody, and welcome back to Football Manager 2016 with me, GW365, in this lower league adventure with Curzon Ashton. Basically, we've had a bit of a mixed bag since the last couple of games. We had to tinker a little bit with the tactics, and the results are last time out we lost against Bradford Park Avenue 4-2. We went into the next game with the tactic change. We won 2-0, then 2-1, and then the following two games we lost 4-2, 4-1. We conceded 4 goals in 2 games in a row, which wasn't bad. It wasn't great. So we went into FC United 4-1. I'll show you the tactic first before I show you the highlights. There is a stunner, I think, from Shelton Payne that I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy. Basically, we have this setup here. It's basically using the test studio from lower league. There's been updates on the game, so it's 16.2 I believe it is now. And basically this is that old system with a 5 across the midfield with just 2 wingers push forward and the middle central midfielder moving to a advanced playmaker, which I wanted to do that mainly for the reason that Liam Thompson obviously has played his best games as an advanced playmaker. We've switched the wing backs to attack as well, and the inside forwards are on support, and we've added look for overlap because of the reason of the wing backs getting put into attack, because they're going to bomb forward, they're going to move inside, and as a result, hopefully, the wing backs are going to push through the centre, and we're going to kick some ass. The other one is this other one that he's released, the new one, which doesn't seem to work. It's too defensively unstable, I think is the best way to put it. It's a shame, because attacking wise it doesn't look too bad. We seem to score goals, but we just concede far too many, and I just don't think we've got the players suitable for that particular formation, that particular setup. Is a little bit different. Obviously, they've got a half back there, which is where we probably lack. So I could tinker with it and change it to an anchorman or something like that. But yeah, we're going to stick with this Testudo for the time being. Looks a bit like a jet plane again. So we go into our games, and we go into the Lowestoft game. Lowestoft were flying high. I think they were about 5th or something at the time. Let's go into the goals. We had, as you can see down the bottom, we had quite a few chances, quite a few more, and we dominated the game in terms of possession as well. Not as high as what it could be, but high enough regardless. Go on, highlights. It's taking a while. There's an absolute scorcher. I'm banking on it being goal of the month, but whether it is, I don't know. But these are the goals as they happened. Thewlis got it. Atkinson. Played to Phillips. I'm trying to think how this one ended. It's been, well, I did it yesterday. This Payne got the ball. Atkinson, decent ball to Downey. Crossed in towards the back post, and there was Phillips again. Keeper couldn't keep it out. Bit of an awkward position. Wasn't near post, he'll be disappointed. And he got his 13th goal of the season, Ty Phillips. I'm going to sneeze. Apologies once more. So here came Downey. He crossed in, headed away by Gleeson. And Mitchell cleared it away, but to no avail, because it went straight to Sinclair, who found Bell. This was using that half-back formation. And he did alright in the half-back position, to be fair, to say it wasn't a decent, it wasn't decent for it, if you know what I mean, the actual position role. Phillips got a second goal, and that's pretty much how it finished. We did, however, get an injury to Jordan Thewlis, and he missed the next couple of games, I think it was, next 2 games. Bit of a blow. So we're going to the Worcester game, another home game. And we won 2-1, courtesy of Andrew Bridges. I think there's actually two decent strikes. You might see it down here. Bridges' stunning strike gave Curzon Ashton the win. Have a look at this. Have a butchers at this. And the good thing about this game was we were 1-0 down, and we've come back. Done a Brendan Rodgers and showed huge character, which I was very pleased about. They didn't really have an outstanding player. I think they might have had someone at 8.3. So maybe I'm talking at my ass. I would say neither did we. I think actually it was Dion Burton. You remember him? The former Derby County stalwart. There he is, look, D. Burton. Apparently, he's faster than Flynn. Had another mare there. Burton with his 7 pace or something like that, and he outstrengthened and outpaced Flynn. I just find it a bit bizarre sometimes. It's like they've got 1 strength. But then we came back. Crossed in. Flynn headed it. Went to Lloyd Western. It's not a long highlight, so I'll leave it going. Sinclair headed it away. Atkinson nodded it on. Payne collected the ball. He found Blake. Thompson there. Decent ball for Phillips, who didn't do the rest. He forced a save from Lloyd Weston, and Payne was there for the follow-up. Pretty good game all round for Atkinson, having a big part in that. And this is the last kick of the game. You could argue maybe he could have got there, but I disagree. I think that was a very good goal. It was just slightly out of his reach. Maybe could have got fingertips on it and it just gone through his hand because it was that powerful. But even though it didn't seem that powerful, you know what I mean. Excuse me. Still feeling a little bit hoarse. Into the next game. This is when it started turning a bit sour. I'm thinking, oh, this tactic's awesome. Let's crack on. Went away. Charlie, who granted they were something like 3rd in the league, and we got thumped. 2 goals, one either side of half time. Really killed us. We were 2-1 up as well. Just before half time. Bit of a shame. Here are the goals as they came. As we pressed, we got punished at the end. Bear in mind they only had like 3 shots by half time, and we had about 10. So they just came out second half and destroyed us. And Sinclair had a particularly poor game. Bridges, however, he had a decent game. Got 2 goals here, and that was his first. Don't know what the keeper's doing. He's doing the YMCA, I think. But that was his 14th goal of the season, which was not bad at all. So let's go over to this highlight. Here's a penalty. So it went in. Don't know exactly what the keeper's doing there. Diving full stretch to the right hand side when the ball's gone to his left. But hey ho. There we go. Phillips got the ball for this one. Pursehouse with a volleyed cross. Great finish in my opinion, albeit it was straight at Ferry and he should have done miles better, but I wasn't complaining. And then they were on the counter here. Just before half time, this headed away by Sinclair. I've got a little bit of beef, I think, on the next goal. But yeah, smashed home by Stevenson. To be fair, I couldn't really have any complaints about that one. It was a decent goal. Second half came. I'd love to be able to grab this. There we go. You can't actually see it because I've gone too soon. Come here. There we go. Ball came in. It might have been in the last goal, actually. Or it might even be in the next game. But Bond got it here, smashed it home. Had no complaints, so that was a fantastic strike. Put us 3-2 down. First goal of the season, surprise, surprise. It always seems to be the case, in my opinion, in my experience anyway. They score worldies when they've not scored all season. And then this just for the final nail in this game's coffin. 5 minutes from time. Sheridan played in Stevenson. Roscoe was in. This is after I took Sinclair off and put Woodford in and moved Flynn across to the covering defender. Probably didn't work. I put him in at centre back even though he's a right back by trade. And that was this game. Then Harrogate we played. A lot of goals here again. 4-1 we got thumped. Thompson got his 2nd goal of the season though. I don't think it must have been this game then. It must have been the last game. As you can see, we had more of the possession, but we didn't create that many chances. And this, like I said, this was the one that made me decide that I'm going to have to change it again. So I just had a bit of a tinker with the other tactic because I thought, well, it's nearly fluid. Yeah, good finish from Turner. To be fair, can't really grumble about that one. Former Leeds man, of course. Let's go on to this one. Corner. Another goal there, a bit of ping pong, and Higham was very, first ever goal for Harrogate, and he was very delighted, of course. Moving on to the next highlight, Daniels, the short free kick, I think it's this one, is it? Yeah, what's Sinclair doing coming all the way out here? Is it that one? He does it again, he comes really out of position and it's just like, it won't like him. Long ball across. Clayton was there, headed across, and Dwyer somehow beat Flynn in the air. I'm pretty sure Dwyer's heading is probably, and his jumping is probably less than Flynn's. But yeah, he punished us, and that made it 3-0 at half time, which was very, very bad. Then we, after giving him an absolute roasting at half time, started playing a little bit better. Baird got the ball here. And Liam Thompson getting his second goal of the season. With Woodford playing right back because I couldn't play. Oh no, I think it was, who was it that couldn't play? Thewlis couldn't play because he's on loan from Harrogate. Blake played a decent ball out wide, great ball actually. Bridges got away from Turner, squared it for Thompson. No mistake there from Thompson. Keeper maybe should have done better, but he got it on target. And that's all you ask when players are going forward. But yeah, we just got absolutely mauled in this game. And then they went down the other end pretty much and got a penalty. Alex Brown giving away the foul. No, sorry, he got booked because of dissent, I think. It was Ty Phillips that gave away the penalty. This was a shame. Thompson, the only one with any real credit from that game. So we changed the system again. To the new one where I've tinkered with it and switched positions on it and that. We played FC United at home. Well, last time we played these, we beat them 6-1 away from home. It wasn't quite as dominant as that, but, you know, 10 shots, 8 on target to their 6 shots and 1 on target, 52% possession. That said a lot, and get ready to have your mind blown by an awesome goal coming up. If it wants to load. World's longest episode, by the way. Alex Brown got it. Yeah, apologies for yesterday. It was very short notice of the facts that I basically are thinking, oh nice, I've got quite a bit of time to do some recording. I had till the early afternoon to do some recording, because my girlfriend would have been working. But she decided, well, she didn't decide. She was genuinely ill, ridiculously ill. So she ended up ringing in, and as a result, I was really quite asked if she heard me. She said no, so that's a good thing. So maybe I might be able to do it next time if she's having nights or something. Thewlis with a great finish on his return. And as you can see, look at these ratings here, barring the goalkeeper, because he's not really had anything to do. But every single player, oh, Alex Brown as well, every single player bar them above a 7. And 4 of them above an 8. And that's a great goal, by the way. I thought it was anyway. Excuse me. So, is this their goal? It's their goal, this. Crossed in. Hallahan. The injured Hallahan. Throwing his broken ankle at it, and it went in. Yeah, so that was a bit disappointing, and I started to fear the worst, because I'm thinking it's not long before half time. We need to get a goal, but we didn't. But, fortunately, from in the second half, straight away, this happened. Yeah, he got smashed. I thought we were going to shoot then. I can't remember what the goal is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, plays it out through. Yeah, that's it. And Phillips, rebound. Yeah, a bit of fortune. The tackle went straight through. And the first to react was your man, forgotten his name, Thewlis. Then this happened on the 68th minute. Smart got it here. Tackled well. Bell went to right, so it's not quite yet. Bill got it. Thompson. I'm going to highlight Payne here because that's who it ends up with. Cleared away. He's dropping deep now. He's just out of shot here. Now there he is. Picks it up here. Boom. Mind blown. Great finish from Payne with his long shots of 6. Long shots of 6, technique of 8. Get in, my son. And that's all the highlights. Excuse me. One thing of note, though, is a major injury to Ben Atkinson. He's probably going to miss the end of the season. If I was going to his injury screen, he received this injury that is in a minute in a match which is harsh to say the least. 2 weeks so far. It was 2 months was his injury. I'm hoping he'll be back towards the back end of the season, just on the off chance. Because if we look at the competition, no, I pressed that and I shouldn't have done. Well, that's probably an interesting one. I just want to have a look at the whole. There we are. The whole table, barring FC United, who are bottom of the league. We're playing Hednesford, who are like fourth from bottom, so we should beat them. But if we win, and other teams lose, there's 5 games to go. Realistically, we're not going to get in the playoffs, but I like to finish as high as we can, and I'm aiming for at least a mid-table finish, i.e. 11th, which I think is doable. As goal difference is better than most of the other teams, barring around us. I mean, Stalybridge, obviously, they've got one more goal better off than us. But I still fancy us to beat them as well, to get ahead of them. They've done the double overs, which is a nightmare, really. We've lost 16 games this season. We should never have lost. But, well, not all of them, but some of them maybe. Like Boston, for instance, at home. They're a good side. They're up top. Harrogate, they just trounced us the not last game before. Top of the league. So you can justify losing to some teams, especially, the top 5. I mean, Bradford Pack Avenue's done the double overs. I think Chorley have, but like I said, lower stuff. A couple of games ago, we're in here. Chorley were in here. And all we've got left to play is a few more games. We're definitely going to do this one, and I'm going to do the last game of the season, which is Stockport. It's probably not going to mean anything, because chances are we're not going down. This game, ironically as well, just go to the inbox. I did say, I actually say that FC United are going down, because they just played poor. We just battered them, and we're a poor side, really. If we win, if we win today, we'll secure our place in next season's Vanarama North. So I had to have a team meeting with them for some reason, even though it's pretty much nailed on that we're going to stay up. If I go into the competitions again, we're 14th. We're on 49 points. 14 points. I don't think they're going to make up 14 points to catch us, and everyone else will not lose in between. We're safe, simple as. But we're going to just make sure we've got all those right players in. No, I'm rotating a little bit here. Liam Blake comes out for Tomsit. Tomsit is better in that advanced playmaker role. We've got really no options at the minute, so definitely places I'm going to strengthen are on the wings next season. Dieter Down is going to come back in. He's had a poor little run of form. Ryan Bell, who's not very fit. Jordan Wright, you can sit this game out. Let's give him another game. He's not too bad, Ryan Bell. He does alright. Woodford can stay out because I like Alex Pursehouse. I'm going to see if I can keep him. He does alright. He's not the quickest, but he's quicker, and he's got some good mentals, although he's got some poor ones, i.e. concentration's only 5. But yeah, I like him. Woodford is 35, will be 36 next, and he's on the decline. His pace and acceleration has dropped already. Yeah, so half of these aren't. This is the best of our new youngsters. Is not very good, if I'm being completely honest. He's got some decent stats in flair, determination, and actual fitness and acceleration, but that is the key one for me. He doesn't work hard. I can't see him improving that. What have I got him on training? I've got him training on technique, which again, that does need to be better. But it's that one there. 5 work rate is a lazy get. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, with that in mind, we're going to pick this team. Hakan Burton we couldn't send away. He did manage to get Horan to stop moaning, and he went out in transfer window. In fact, that's one thing I will do really quickly. Is transfers and history. We did get another contract as well for another year. I mean, it gave us like an extra £200, which still keeps us over. So Warburton's gone out on loan again to Kettering, and then Jack Horan, he left on loan just before the loan window and free transfer window. So yeah, we've also terminated Josh Wilde's loan as well because he wasn't happy with him at a game time. I kind of get that, but I've got 2 players that are actually on a contract that I prefer to play. The Sheffield United managers complained that he isn't getting enough games, but again, I got him as backup because, well, I thought I was going to let Woodford go, but then I realised he's only on £50, so I thought, what's the point? So I kept him for this season because he's still overall 2 stars, which is better than 1.5 star of Graham Kelly. But Pursehouse has just excelled, and I think he was at 2 stars, now he's at 2.5, and he's been training quite well. He's got some improvement in some areas, Work rate's gone down to 11 for some reason, but answers on a postcard. So into the game we go, finally, you're probably thinking. Stop with jibber-jabbing, GW, and get on with it, you schmuck. Excuse me. I'm just going to watch the teams warm up now. Yeah, nice touches, yeah. So we're only just favourites, which is a shock, really. Although they have hit a little bit of form to get them out of the current predicament. I mean, these three have been down the bottom of the league most of the season, but they're trying to mount a little bit of a comeback. But yeah, they are the only team really, I think, realistically that's going to drop in is Hednesford. Perhaps Tamworth. I mean, who knows? Last game of the season we've got Stockport. Maybe we can knock them down into it. But they're just there because they're draw specialists. So, Ben Atkinson is missing, unfortunately for us. But we have got good cover, in my opinion. Not doing any of that anymore because it only worked as far as I'm aware with that tactic. And even then, it worked. So we are Hednesford. So I'm going to aggressively say it. So, in fact, you know what? I'm just going to say we can secure a survival. That's more important. And then, individually, this is what the new way of doing it is. Probably don't even need to do all this because the morale is so high at the moment. It's more because I gave him an inspiring team meeting talk saying about, just basically, look, we've done well to get where we are because we are going to be safe regardless. I mean, half of these players are probably going to stay. I'll look to tie down certain players. We'll have to see. I think we've got Tom Smart for another year. It all depends on how much people want. I will be releasing players at the end of the season once we've finished with the season to create some transfer wages, if you like, so I can tie the ones I want to keep down. Getting on with this game. Parry's trying to make a run in behind, but Sinclair is there to head it away. Brown nods it down to Bell. False highlight. Apologies. So, not really anything happening so far. Oh, they've had a shot. It was off target. We've had a couple of plays offside. Exciting stuff. They're probably going to be saying that they're nervous about staying up, but they've done it. They've done it already. I'm telling you now that if we lost every single game until the end of the season, we would not go down. There's too many teams below us that can't win, and some of them will be playing each other somewhere. There's no way we're going down. Phillips crosses in deep, and it's knocks into the path of Payne. Should be a goal. Should have done better there. Why is it on his left foot when he's right-footed? That is anyone's guess, but never mind. Here comes Thomas from the resulting throw on the left-hand side. He plays a through ball for Perry. But Percehouse with acres of time, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. With lots of time, make it a bit more simple. Phillips inside it to Tomsit in his central role. Looking for options, he finds Payne with a decent ball. Defenders are doing. I don't exactly know what the defenders were doing there. There seem to be three of them around him, in between Payne and the ball, and not one of them got the foot on it or booted it away or anything. So down is here now to take the corners. That's another thing as well. It's a pain in the backside. My two corner takers I've taken right out of the starting lineup, and he's one of the corner takers mainly to replace Atkinson. 7 in the right centre midfielder taking the corners. Downey with a deep cross, and Phillips is there. Should have done better. The amount of goals he's got this season from the wing. Well, and up front, I suppose, when we played the 4-3-3, but it was basically playing kind of like a winger, just a very narrow winger. Percehouse to Phillips. Phillips to Tomsit. Percehouse. Crosses in deep towards Payne! And Hednesford have met their friend Payne. Kind of failed on that one, but never mind. Excuse me. Great ball in. Payne was there for the finish. Keeper no chance. Percehouse with another assist. Does alright. Getting forward and his crossing. He's only 7, but I think that's more than adequate for this level. His technique could be better. But off the ball's 10 as well, which isn't bad. And he's got a lot of potential for improvement if I can try and get him on loan next season, because it looks like Harrogate's got a very strong chance of going up. Not Harrogate. Bradford Park Avenue. They've got a chance of getting through the playoffs into the National League. But here comes Hednesford with a potential attack. Regan sprays it out wide to Diallo. I hate it when my voice starts going. Thorley finds Dickinson, who was the one who punishes last time, I believe. Liam Dickinson, by any chance? It is Liam Dickinson. He'll probably score again. He plays through Perry, plays it wide. That's a great ball, by the way. And Etherington just kicks it straight to Baird's hands, which is not really what you would expect. So it's a bit of the balances. We are absolutely dominating. We've had more clear-cut chances. We've had 7 shots to their 2. There is Bradford Back Avenue with that, Usain Bolt wannabe James Walshaw outpacing all the defenders. Yeah, it's headed away. It comes to Brown. Have a go, son. You've not had a goal all season. Oh, nearly. You actually listen to me. What's going on? I was just about to start jumping around. House of Pain style. Ty Phillips is having a poor game. So, I'm going to say I'm far from pleased. Far from pleased. Far from pleased. Because only a couple of players have got over 7 rating. Because he's got an above 7 rating, I'm going to leave his as clear because he's got over a 7 rating. It's more aimed at the ones at 6, but anyone that didn't respond, they'd just get the not happy with their performance sort of thing. So, we're going to start the second half and see what happens here now. But the team have been playing pretty poor. Thompson probably the best of a poor bunch, with the exception of Payne, who's just dropped into 6.9, so maybe he could have done with it. But Thompson loses the ball, which is not like him. He's my linchpin in this side that makes sure everything ticks. He dictates the tempo. He's one player I do want to try and keep. Him and Ben Atkinson are definitely key players for this side. Downey maybe another one for left back. Then I've got the 2 left backs there for another year. I hope changes need to be made. 1-0 is a very dangerous scoreline, by the way, and they're coming back into it with a couple of chances. Bridges has been rested in the last couple of games, it seems. Thewlis is not the fittest at the minute. His condition's at 72, and he's not having the best game in the world. I'm going to put Bridges in that striker role, and then I'm also going to bring on Liam Blake for Thompson, he's managed to get to 7. He's on 69 fitness, so let's knock it. Let's take him off. Let's not risk him. It stays like this, and even if we get a point, I think we'll be alright anyway, like to confirm the safety. So we can start building for next season. Tom Thorley comes off for Sean Williams. Nothing much happening at the minute. No other chances. We're still dominating possession, which is fantastic. It's more in the middle of the pitch, so that's the only thing. We're starting to push into their half now. We'll make another change. We'll bring on Jordan Wright. He can come on. Ryan Bell's done alright. He's done poorly actually. He's got 6.6. Shut your mouth, GW. You don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me again. I hope that isn't really deafening. I moved the mic as far away from my head as possible. Paul Ennis there. Family of Geisley, I believe. Regan now. It's 7 minutes to go or so. Regan plays it straight to I thought we were going to go straight to Curzon Ashton player. But no, this is a good move now. Here comes Ennis now. A delightful ball towards Etherington. I actually thought that Downey might make that, but apparently not. Great ball played in. Dickinson puts it away, but with his stupid hair, pointy hair, he misses. He's offside. He's more focused on the style of his hair. Here comes Wright. Dwelling on the ball a little bit, but you know what? It's winding the clock down. He has a go from distance, but it's nowhere near troubling the goalkeeper. But yeah, good bit of play from Eddersford there. Something to think about. Here comes Bridges now. 1-2 with Downey from the throw-in. Brown now. Downey. Square it goes to Brown. Blake plays a decent ball to Bridges, but it's tackled well by Regan. And then Payne has put it inches wide. I thought that was going in the far post. Pursehouse is looking extremely tired, but I've got no more subs. Sinclair with a long ball over the top for Phillips to chase, but Phillips, he's just got a corner out of nothing because Diallo saw him and heard his breath coming towards his neck and thought, oh god, there's a player coming, kicked out play. Poor bit of defending, and hopefully we can punish him here with a corner. And we nearly did. Flynn won the header, but it was a horrendous header. thought you had heading of like 10 at least. 10. Jumping's got up to 12, though. That's pretty good. He's another one I want to keep as well as Flynn. As much as I slate him, he's still been pretty solid all season. Blake, out wide to Phillips. Pursehouse in acres of space, but he opts not to pass it. And now Hednesford could counter. Thomas on the left side plays a ball over the top for Dickinson to chase. He gets on the end of it. Strikes it straight into Sinclair's face, but he's unfazed after receiving it in his face. Giggity. Bridges, what were you doing there? You were miles offside. Nice run. Nice message time as well. Oh no, it's just a reply. Not a reply, it's just, well, it is a reply to a comment to a fellow YouTuber. I'll have a read of that after this game. Fellow FM YouTuber as well, I might add. The one that, where the Lalujo FM dude, Kev, as he's otherwise known. I've only been going 2 months and he's nearly 1,000 subs. Not that I'm bitter or anything, he's very good at what he does. But I can't help but think, what the hell am I doing wrong? Been going for nearly 3 years. And I've only got like 112. And don't forget though, I am really, really, glad of the people that have taken the time to subscribe to me. There's one guy in particular, name eludes me right this minute, but he's at Curzon Ashton, fellow FM manager, if you know what I mean. He plays this, and he's at Curzon Ashton as well. He said he finished about where we have. So, alright, looks like. So I'm going to say it calmly, because we only won 1-0. In fact, you know what, no. Passionately. Why not? Ensured our survival. Well done. Because it's a bit of a milestone. So 52 points, we're up to 11th, which is the target I just set prior to that match even. I can't even speak. Next target, I think, we've got 4 games to go. Let's be realistic, we're not going to get to there. 8 points. There's 4 games we're going to make up 8 points. It's doable. The likelihood of it though is just, it's too far, I think. If we can finish 7th, make up those 6 points, we're not going to make up those goals, I don't think, though. 16 goals, I've got 11 goals better off than us. It'll take a monumental decline in form. I think 8th is probably realistic. Make up 5 points, but that's obviously going to be more hope than anything else. So leave the match, and then Leeds are doing well. Not that anyone probably cares, but it's the team I support. They're just on the verges of breaking into the playoffs for probably the first time all season. They can catch 2 teams now. They've just got better goal difference. To say that on my separate save that I first did the whole season with, when I finished 7th with Curzon Ashton, or it's 6th, I finished just outside the playoffs. Leeds got relegated, so it's a bit of a twist of fortune, really, with that. Vintage display, we won 1-0. Harrogate secured a playoff spot. We've paid out our bonus of 950 quid between all the team. Don't spend it all at once, probably about 50 quid tops. Something like that. Yeah, Pursehouse got another is it another man of the match, or is first one? First man of the match, but he's got 3 assists, which I didn't think was too bad to say. He's only got 2 for vision. But yeah, he does alright. So, with that in mind, obviously, we're going to the schedule. We've got Lowestoft again. We're obviously at 8th, you can see over here. Then we've got Gloucester, who are below us in the table. Brackley, it's going to be a key game because they're 4th. And Stockport in 17th. Who knows, maybe Stockport can drop down low enough to get relegated, but I can't see it if I'm being completely honest. Their odds are far higher than us at the minute, for some reason, even though it's a long time away. But that's where we're going to come back. We're going to come back for the Stockport game. I'm going to play these other 3 games. Hopefully you'll join us for that one. Hopefully, if you do want to keep up to date with, as best as I can, daily episodes of Football Manager, please subscribe. If you have enjoyed the video, please press that like button. It does help us out greatly. And yeah, hopefully join us for the Stockport game and the end of the season review. I might do a separate one for the end of the season review, and that's when I might try and do something different with how I lay out these videos. It's whether I can do it. That I'll do that style. But if I can't, then I'll just do what I have been doing all along. It's just I feel that they go quite long. But anyway, regardless, I'm jibber jabbering again. See you for the Stockport game. See you then. Bye bye.